this is our dryer sheet. We all use them for using it in our dryers. Well, maybe not all of us, but a good share of us do. And I have no clue how much this is coming over the camera because I'm not in charge of that right now. My mom is behind the camera.
Yeah, sudden problems. Uh-oh.
So I was requested by a viewer to explain what dryer sheet quilting is because I was telling her I like to do dryer sheet quilting. And this is for you. So you take your dryer sheet if you use dryer sheets, or if you know somebody else that uses dryer sheets, yeah, ask them for them. They'll be happy to get rid of them. They don't want them. As far as they're concerned, if they're not into sewing or crafting, they're trash. As far as I'm concerned, they're something very useful. Instead of going and buying something that you would use underneath your quilting square as a stabilizer, you use your dryer sheet. You take your dryer sheet, you figure out what you want to do with your pattern on it. This is basically creating a pattern out of your own brain or something. And you lay it on there first so you can see what you want. And then you work from there and you sew. Say if I want to do a starburst pattern. First of all, I want to figure out what I've got to work with. This is my idea of the pattern, and of course I can come off. I can feel that there's a corner there, so I can come off that corner. Is there any more of this one?
You've got it all over there.
I can't see it.
It might not be.
It might be there, Mom. I just, one thing kind of runs in with another over here.
Yep, right here. Here's some of it.
I just need one piece right here. There we go. First we'll work on stitching this part together before I go on to the rest of the corners. What I do is I start on the center. Now move this stuff out of the way.
Oh, that's true.
So what I'll do is I'll stitch those like that. I'll move this stuff off to either side. Put on my glasses. I never run my machine without my glasses on because if I do, it could be a bit dangerous.
Especially if you break a needle.
Here you see I'm not leaving much of a seam allowance. First, make sure all your threads are going the right direction so you don't mess up the machine. Fold it open.
Go.
Now I'm ready for the next part. I can't tell the difference between the front and the back of this fabric.
Okay. I think that's the front facing you.
And this one?
Same. This is no.
This one's the front?
This is the front.
So I'm going to put the front down. And we all have our different little methods on filling up the dryer sheet. And what are you doing for your...
I'm trimming mine off.
All right.
I've got one square done. Takes about 5 minutes to do a square. Turn it around to do the other side. It's easier than trying to get it to the edge. Pretty much do the same thing.
That's the square? That's nice. This can be used in dryer sheet quilting too, so the tiniest of scraps do not get wasted, and you don't feel bad about them.
If it's 1 inch or bigger, you don't throw it out.
Yeah.
That's my theory. Okay.
So now you're lining up for a new...
I am. I'm getting ready. Maybe I'll put a barn on this one. And then build something around it.
This is a great group project thing where if you know a group of ladies that you like to do sewing with, you can get together and bring your sewing machines together.
We like to do it with, everybody brings a bucket of fabric scraps and we pile them all on the table together. And whatever scraps you got, you share with everybody else, and you make a quilt.
Yes.
Or a bunch of squares.
You make a bunch of squares, then you can turn it into the quilt you want it.
Right.
Or you can turn it into a bag, or a teapot cozy, or a cover for your bread maker, or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you saw the way I put everything. So it's face down. And I'm working from the edge. Or just inside the edge of the presser foot. My next step. It is good to iron your pieces before you start. Yeah. But then you still sometimes have to iron after. I don't know about you guys, but I have a lead foot when I'm sewing. And this is hard keeping it slow. Now I can feel where the string is. So far this is what my square looks like. And as you can see, the back looks like this. So I'm going to add this to this side. And this to this side. And I don't normally grab pins, but this is starting to get out far enough so I can't hold on to it while I'm stitching. So I'll put a pin right there. Now I'll do the other side. Now you can see the way it's coming out. Oops. There we go.
Applique that on. I think that'll be the last piece I put on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I'll put it sideways or right across the whole thing.
Okay, what I would like to do is applique a curved piece on here and top stitch it. Well, now it has been pressed and pinned into place. I just have to feel for where everything is. There we go. And remove the first pin before I start. The hardest part on appliquing a curved piece is the folding of it and the pressing of it. All right, so here's the square. Hold on. Right here, I just did a straight stitch, and now my mom's gonna take it over to one of her other machines. She's doing a herringbone.
Turn it. Just gives it a cute design.
It does, and it also locks down those edges when you're top stitching.
Yeah, definitely locked the edges down. Yeah, it looks really neat.
So I have these little scraps, and some of them I've already finger pressed. So I'll start up here, and I will straight stitch across, and then I'll do another one. I'll finger press this one in a little bit, and you just fold it over like that when you have them. Anyhow, that's the next thing to start. So I just ironed these back over, and as you can see, my idea actually worked on that. And then I'll just have to stitch across the top or fit it into the seam allowance.
Well, that's neat.
Oh, there's the needle.
You mean the pin?
Yeah, that's what I meant, the pin. I have this trimmed down now, and I just need to add a little bit more up here and then do my final trim. But now I need to find a piece to put up here to cover this little bit. So I'll fold this part here back down so that I can stitch it right in with that. Or I can go up here and top stitch something on top of this.